Good morning and welcome to Positive Talk with Kari. Oh, this morning has been strange, a little strange. Um, as you know, I mentioned that on Tuesday I had an allergic reaction and it caused me to have to go to the doctor to, get some medication to take care of it. It was a little scary, but I'm doing better. My face is almost back to completely normal. It's not as puffy. Um, But last night I took some medication that the doctor gave me to help me sleep because of some of the itching and pain. That stuff works. That stuff wiped me out. I took it at like 6 p.m. And, this morning when I woke up, I still felt very groggy. And I was like, wow, this stuff, if I needed to sleep literally for 12 hours, I probably could have. I mean, it's crazy. So thank God for my coffee this morning. And I'm, slowly starting to wake up, but I'm, still a little puffy around my neck. My hands are back to normal. My eyes are still a little puffy, so I don't have any, makeup on right now, but wow, it was interesting experience the last couple of days. So it's Thursday. So good morning and welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. These episodes are set aside for you all to take a moment to relax, to breathe, to spend some time focusing on positive things and things that bring you happiness and joy so that you can start out your morning in a positive way. And that is going to help you throughout the rest of your day and bringing you back to those positive moments. So this morning we're going to talk about another segment of worthiness. This one focuses on a key to emotional healing and helping everyone to really look at their worth and feeling their worth. Being able to feel worthy, being able to feel essential, being able to feel you have a purpose can be a great self-reflection, but it also can help in the healing process moving forward. You can gain confidence from it. You can gain joy and happiness from it. There's also some things that you can do to be able to help you to overcome stressful, emotional, anxiety type situations. So that's what we're going to talk about this morning. It's a little heavy, but I think that it's a great subject and I'm hoping that it will help you. So first and foremost, I always start out with 3 things that I'm thankful for, and I'd love to hear from you guys. What are the 3 things that you're thankful for this morning? So the first thing I'm thankful for is coffee. So happy for the person who founded coffee and created it into this beautiful cup of warm, lovely fragrance that just boosts me in the morning. So caffeine and coffee are definitely my things that I'm thankful for this morning. Second, I am thankful for books. I really love a good book. I love when I can get into a good book. Like really take the time to read it and I don't want to put it down. I love books like that. I don't have the book that I'm reading right now with me. But I've decided to, because I've been doing a lot of self-help books, I've been doing a lot of business books, and they've been great, absolutely great, very good information. But I decided to just kind of go off on a little bit of a romantic novel, and I don't have it with me right now. Oh, I think I left it downstairs. Anyways, super fun just to kind of, get into this whole life of this woman who is very involved in technology and the government and some of the things that are going on romantically in her life. some of the things that she comes across, just excitement, twists and turns. So it's been fun, and I'll have to share it with you on the next episode. But being able to step away and get into another world is what I like about books. Being able to, um, when an author and writer are so good at capturing your attention and taking you into the world of the book and the characters, absolutely love that. My husband Ben wrote a book several years ago that is like that. It's a crime novel, and I'm not typically a crime novel person. I love crime type shows and movies, but I never really got into crime related books. But when I read his, I like, even when I read, he put it into a script as he was writing it out, and I was reading it and I got so involved in it. I was like, oh my gosh, what's happening next? What's this character? It was so good. And because of that, I've started to kind of adventure off into different types of novels, different types of books. And I love romantic books, uh, and just books about fiction books, nonfictions. Yes, I do tend to like too, but just really getting into a book where I have to be able to, within the first chapter, be able to understand the character and be able to really feel like I understand what this book is going to be about. So very much have enjoyed it, and I'll share it with you on the next one. But books, I'm very thankful for. I'm thankful for that escape. And share with me, what are some of the books that you like to read? They could be self-help, they could be a spiritual, they could be religious books, they could be business related, they could be just fun, some type of like I said, romantic comedy, romantic novel, suspense, anything like that. So share with me, what are some of the books that you like to read, and maybe even some of the titles, because I would like to read them too. So I'm thankful for books, thankful for coffee, and I'm thankful for sleep. Um, and taking that medication last night that just totally wiped me out, I got a really, really good night's sleep. And that was very much needed, because when I had my allergic reaction on Tuesday, I couldn't sleep very well. I was having pain, and um, it caused me not to sleep very well. And then so Tuesday night, I didn't sleep at all. I didn't. I literally was up all night. I think I slept maybe an hour, and it was hard. I mean, getting through yesterday and having to want. I was tired most of the day, but little commercial. I did take the Arbonne Essential Fizz Stick drink, and I took one of those, and it helped me with my energy to get me through my work day. And then at 6 o'clock, I shut down, and that's when I took that pill, and then it just went down. But anyway, so yeah, I'm thankful for sleep. The sleep is amazing, especially when you get a good amount of hours in and be able to really truly get into that, just I forget what they call it, but it's that deep sleep. It's so nice, so nice. So just to recap, the three things that I'm thankful for are coffee, books, and sleep. So what are you thankful for this morning? Please share with me. All right, so getting into all right, worthiness. We talked a little bit about this on Monday, and being or feeling worthy. Anything in life, when it comes to emotions or it comes to like your purpose in life, or feeling your worth, feeling essential. It all boils down to you. You are the one that can help you to feel worthy. You are the one that can help to feel a purpose or to know a purpose. You are the one that can help with stress. You are the one that can help with anxiety. It's all about taking the time and really looking at it with an open mind, but also looking at it from a standpoint of wanting to get something done and wanting to accomplish it. If you want it, you can do it. Absolutely. But no one can do it for you. There are tips, and there are, for example, yesterday I shared the 12 steps. There are things that can help you to get there, but ultimately it's you. So, in thinking about that, one of the things to think about is that, did you know that virtually every emotion is intertwined with issues of worthiness? So every emotion. In fact, feelings of unworthiness keep us from creating our lives that we most desire. So again, see, it's us. It has to do with you. And that is one thing I really feel that everyone needs to look at is, don't point the fingers at anyone other than you. I know everyone has heard this before, but when you're pointing the finger, you're pointing one, but there's three that are pointing back at the person that really needs to work on it. So it's all about us. So in order to heal these emotional wounds and unconsciously create, we must conquer our fears of unworthiness. So that's what we're talking about this morning. We need to conquer those unworthiness fears. And in order to do this, we must first understand why we are programmed to feel unworthy. Okay. So like most subconscious programs or things, the worthiness program, which is what we call it, is often passed down. So unknowingly from our caretakers, but even on the rare chance that you did not inherit the program, by the time you are in first grade, the program officially begins. So yes, we do inherit a few things from our family and who raise us and bring us into this world, because we are learning from what we see and what our environment is. But it's our choice and it's our job to be able to work on feeling worthy and work on what that means to us and how to do that and what it takes. So just imagine, back in first grade, we were taught that there's right and wrong. There's deserving and non-deserving. There's passing and failing. And these all add up to either worthy or not worthy. So those are things that we're taught at a very young age. So year after year, with every test and evaluation that we have gone through, we must prove our worth, but not just worthy to move on to the next lesson, the next grade, or to graduation. We are asked to prove that we are worthy of approval, acknowledgement, appreciation, and even love. So these are things that we are taught at a very young age. If we do what we are told and we fit in with the group dynamic, we receive rewards, and our emotional needs are met because we are feeling accepted. However, if we think that ourselves, so this is the part that I think a lot of us do not tend to do. We tend to not think for ourselves. We think about what other people are thinking. So if we think for ourselves and we do not fit in, no reward comes, leaving us feeling emotionally punished by disapproval, by disappointment, and withholding of love by those in authority. In other words, we are deemed unworthy. That's kind of the process of how society, how we have been raised to feel worth, to feel worthy, and to feel unworthy. So society does teach us worthiness is directly connected to our future and ongoing success in the world. So we must possess worthiness in order to have purpose, more money, and attract a new life partner. Just as being poor, having no partner, and no direction in life relates to unworthiness. I think this is kind of wrong. So let's talk about that. So by the time we go out into the world on our own, we are deeply, deeply programmed to believe that others must find us worthy in order for us to succeed. In fact, we believe that our survival depends on the world agreeing that we are worthy. Of course, infinite conditions dictate worthiness depending upon the environment, the culture, the religion, society. We might easily meet the conditions of one group while missing conditions of another. Therefore, being worthy to some, but not to others. Sorry, my throat. So maybe we even alter ourselves artificially in different situations. I took notes, just so you know, so I could stay on track. So let me read that again. We'll go through it. So maybe we alter ourselves artificially in different situations. And relationships so that our worthiness increases. Of course, the cost of pretending to be someone that we are not in order to please others always involves some level of shame and secrecy. And it's not authentic. And it's so hard to keep up that pretending. It's so hard to keep up that fake persona of who we are. And it comes out that that's not who we are. And that just causes more problems. We need to be proud of who we are. We need to be confident in who we are. We can't change it. We're not going to please everybody. Everyone is not going to like us. And that's okay. That is okay. Because a lot of that, well, I wouldn't say a lot of it, everything that is going on with that other person has nothing to do with us. It has everything to do with them and their situation and what they're going through and their struggles. Maybe they're having a struggle with feeling worthy. or having a purpose or loving themselves. We need to work on our worth and our purpose and our love for ourselves. So if we always feel self-conscious about others and the expectations, so maybe it's, your partner or your parents or your boss, and we can change our behavior accordingly in order to get approval and be deemed worthy. You must always be on guard. So even if we are authentic in some situations, we must be ready to alter or hide our real selves if the situation should suddenly change. So there will come moments where you will need to kind of step back and maybe not say anything. So we need to be willing to adjust accordingly. For example, if we run into a coworker while on vacation, or a parent drops by unexpectedly, there might be something that we'll need to change to adjust for them. And that's okay. That's not being fake. That's not being unreal. There's just certain parts of our life that other people don't need to know about. So in this way, we can never really let go or relax. We must stay in the constant state of underlying anxiety in order to be able to shift identities on the fly. But who wants to do that? Who wants to constantly do that? You can do that, is what I'm saying. And you probably have been doing that. But who wants to do that? Who wants to be on guard, looking around, going, okay, who is around me? How do I have to act? What does this person know about me, not know about me? We need to let our guards down. We need to accept ourselves for who we are. We need to be we need to come to that place where we say to ourselves, it's okay to be this way. It's okay who I am. And I'm not afraid of people seeing me for who I am. For the longest time, I was painfully shy as a kid. I really was. And as I started to get older, I started to realize why. I realized that what I was doing was I was hiding. I was hiding who I was. I was hiding from the potential of being embarrassed, from the potential of being scared. I was seeing how my brother was getting all this attention, and he was the funny one. He was, personality was just so uplifting and outgoing, and everyone loved him. Everyone loved him. And I was the little sister. And I looked at him and I thought, I can't be like that. I'm not like that. And I'm scared that if I show who I am, people are not going to like me the way that they like my brother. And my parents were so involved in the community and so involved in our church, and everyone liked them, and they did things, and they had a purpose. My dad was a mechanic. He also worked on computers when they came around, and he helped people in the church with that. My mother taught Sunday school and did crafts and things and put together um, fundraisers and all kinds of things. And she was very good at that. My brother was um, very good with the youth group and very involved. Um, he was good at that. I struggled with finding my worth and finding my purpose. And what I did, instead of trying to come to terms with what my worth and purpose was in life, I hid. And I look back and I think, gosh, there's so many years that I had such potential and I could have done so much, but I chose not to. So I think as I started, well, I know as I started to become an adult, I started to really break away from my family and, looking at them being the perfect people in my mind and being able to look at myself and understand more of who I am. And that is what I've been able to do to help in understanding my worth and my purpose in life, my strengths, my weaknesses, understanding who I am. And once you do that, life becomes so much easier and so much more enjoyable. So I digress back to what we were talking about. So we were talking about trying to please others and trying to fit in. So this fake persona of who we are, showing it to different people to fit into their group. So we do that at work, we do that at home. Just be who you are. So your worth is unconditional. So worth cannot be proven or disproven because it resides at the core of every being. So there is nothing that you can do in order to be more or less worthy than you intrinsically are. If you spend the rest of your life sitting on a rock, you are no less worthy. Your worth is unconditional and guaranteed. This is what they fail to tell you in school. And fail to tell you as you're growing up. The mere act of attempting to prove worth keeps us in a space of experiencing unworthiness, because in the quest to prove your worth, you must first believe that you are worthy. It is like chasing a carrot on a stick and never getting it. In trying to prove your worth, you are really running from the fear of unworthiness. And this keeps you trapped in the worthiness program. That's what we talked about growing up. So worthiness is the core issue for a long list of challenges in life. Feelings of unworthiness cause codependence, addiction, depression, illness, victimhood, abuse, lack of confidence, poor communication, power issues, obesity, confusion, panic attacks, abandonment issues, trust issues, eating disorders, relationship issues, and a list goes on and on. Those are things that are directly related to the feeling of unworthiness. So virtually every issue imaginable is entangled or entwined with the issue of worthiness. Healing a worthiness issue can be the ultimate cure for many of life's problems, including issues of health and prosperity. So there is a direct correlation between knowing your worth and your level of prosperity. So also people who do not know their worth often experience scarcity because they do not feel worthy of prosperity. If that makes sense. Let me say that again. Okay. So there's a direct correlation between feeling your worth and your level of prosperity. People who do not know their worth often experience scarcity because they do not feel worthy of prosperity. Well, those who know their worth are able to attract unlimited abundance simply because they feel worthy of it. At the core of all abundance issues is the issue of worthiness. That's a deep dive. That's a real deep dive into this. And as I mentioned, that your worth has everything to do with you and has nothing to do with anyone around you. We are taught at a young age that it does. Your worth is directly related to if you pass or fail in school, being a part of a group or not. That's not the case. That's not the case. Everybody is worthy. Everybody has a purpose. Everybody is worth living in this life. I mentioned in other segments that we all have a purpose. It's different. Everyone has a different purpose in life. Everybody is essential, and everyone has a reason to be here. It's like that orchestra that I talked about. Everybody has a part in that orchestra. And if one person does not perform or does not do their part, it affects the orchestra. So it's just like you are one person in this entire world. The things that you do on a daily basis, the work that you do for a job, maybe you're a homestay parent, maybe you are a caretaker, whatever you do, that part is a piece of the bigger whole. And that is your worth. You are worthy. You are. So I'm going to leave it there, and I'd like to go into a little bit more tomorrow about worthiness is also directly tied to self-love. This is where we get into loving ourselves, and not in a selfish way, but loving who we are. If we love who we are, it's amazing what we are able to do and accomplish in life. But the self-satisfaction of loving ourselves can affect others in a very positive way. And it's amazing. It's amazing how just that seems so small, but it has such a big and profound effect on others. When you find that love for yourself, you become happy. And when you become happy, that affects others and it can make them happy. And so on and so on. It becomes a domino effect. So we're going to dive into that tomorrow. Worthiness is directly related to self-love. And then that will wrap up our worthiness series. So please give me your comments. Let me know your thoughts in regards to what we've talked about and the message of, worthiness and feeling worthy, and that key to emotional healing. Knowing that, yes, okay, it might be some of the things that happened in my past when I was a child and being raised a certain way. But guess what? That's in the past. Again, remember what we talked about yesterday. Being present. Being in the present. You have the ability right now to completely push that past behind you. You have that ability to be in the present, to make some changes mentally, physically, emotionally, so that you can move forward without all of that past, all of that baggage. So being in the present can also help you emotionally healing to feel worthy. It's amazing how it all works, but it does. So thank you for spending about a half hour, 40 minutes with me and talking about worthiness and the second part of this, the key of emotional healing. Tomorrow we're going to go through, like I said, we're going to discuss self-love and how it's directly related to worthiness. So if you ever feel a moment where your mindset starts to slip, your mental state starts to slip, please reach out to somebody, talk to somebody about it. Grab a journal, grab a piece of paper, write down your thoughts and emotions in detail, and then read it. It will help you to work through that moment, and it will help you to be able to think about some of the positive things that are going on in your life so that you can change your mindset and change your emotional state to a more positive, uplifting one to help you to move forward. But if you ever do need to talk with someone, please reach out. I am available. I am a coach. I can talk to you and I can help you through this process. And really, it's helping you to help yourself. But I can do that, and I'm here and available. So please reach out to me if you ever need any help or just need to talk with someone. I am available. So thank you for letting me share that. I appreciate your time and just sitting down and really, thinking about this topic that can be a little bit deep, but I think that it's important to think about and important to review. Gotta get some of that good coffee. All right. So worthiness, key to emotional healing. Wow, it's pretty deep. But I'd like to go into a little bit of my favorites. As you know, I'm a firm believer of essential oils. I wasn't years ago. I thought, oh, well, they smell good and they're all great, but there are some healing factors to essential oils that are amazing. And I just want to run down some of my favorites and some that I have actively worked with and seen these results. So the first one is lavender. I absolutely love, love, love the smell of lavender. But did you know that lavender is something that helps with calming? It helps with anti-inflammatory, anxiety, minor burns, nausea, and vomiting. So lavender has some healing factors, more than just being a wonderful flower that smells really good. When it's broken down and put into an oil and all the oils from the lavender are extracted, it's amazing what it can do. Now, lavender can come in lotions, as well as oil for diffusers. It can also be mixed with other oils to create a massage blend. So that can help out with using it to massage, like your temples, maybe it's your neck or your chest, even your hands. I have used lotions. I've also used lavender and what was the other one that I used? Lavender and a little bit of lemon. And I was able to use it as a calming agent to help with leg cramps, and then also be able to help with migraines and headaches. So I would put some right here on my temples and just rub, and then I would put some at the back of my neck and start to rub, because when you get a migraine, it's basically all of your blood is rushing to your head at such a fast pace that it is causing your brain to, kind of freak out. And so there are several things, that can be done with it. There are medications out there for migraines, absolutely, especially if you have severe migraines. Definitely seek a doctor, because they have some medications now that are amazing and help out. Another thing that's been proven to help is Botox, and not really used for, Botox, but helping at certain points, like the back of your neck, and right here on your temple area. That helps. Another thing that helps out that I found through my doctor, and it's helped me for many years, is when you first start to feel a headache, because it will start to feel like a headache, and then it will slowly start to accelerate into a migraine. When it truly is a migraine, it's where you can't see very well. You are sensitive to light, you're sensitive to sound. Some people, like myself and my father, we have gotten to a point where we have gotten sick, violently sick, and start to feel unaware of where we are. So it really affects our brain and all kinds of functions with our body. So that's when when it's really heavy, you need to lay down, get a cold compress and put it on your forehead, and put one in the back of your neck, and cover your eyes and just sit in a cool, dark room. Close your eyes and just lay there for a little while until it starts to subside. That helps. But again, as I was saying, when you first start to feel the headache come on, a cup of coffee, no creamer, just coffee, or a caffeinated drink, drink that. And don't take a lot of time in drinking it, but drink it pretty quickly, what you can. And then also take aspirin if you can. I'm not suggesting it for everybody, because aspirin is a blood thinner, and if you're on blood thinner medication, you can't do this. So there are other alternatives. but I am not on a blood thinner medication, so I can take aspirin. I'm also not allergic to aspirin, so I can take it. But what I've done is I've taken aspirin, and I've taken about 4 to 5, sometimes 6, but about 4 of them. And what that does is, as I mentioned, it's a blood thinner, so it starts to thin the blood, and it starts to relieve the blood that's rushed to your head and to your brain, and it starts to subside that. So once you do that, then I lay down with a cold compress on my head, on my neck, cover my eyes with like a blanket or towel or something, and then I lay in a cold room for, it could be anywhere up, from half hour to an hour to a couple hours, depending upon the intensity. But that does help to start to subside so that it's manageable. Again, there are medications out there that do help with migraines that are proven and tested to be able to take care of them and really wipe them out. So that's another alternative. But lavender is good for calming, for nausea, and for vomiting. Jasmine is another one that I love the smell of jasmine, and I love a jasmine plant. They're just so pretty. But jasmine is used for depression, it's used for scars, and it's used for stretch marks. So the great thing about these is that they're all plants. And so you can pot these plants and you can have them throughout your house to help out. You could have them in your yard and be able to, pick off the beautiful flowers that grow and put them into your house. So there's different ways of using it. At our house in California, when we lived there, I had lavender plants all over the backyard. I had eucalyptus trees. I had jasmine, and what was the other one that I had? I had another one that was really good. But what I would do is I had them all over my backyard, and so at certain times I'd go out and I'd clip a little bit off and I would take it in the house, and I would use it I would dry some of them and use it as like a potpourri, or I would put some into just a small jar of water and build up the fragrance. Eucalyptus, you can get the long branches of eucalyptus, tie them in a bushel, and put them in your shower. And the heat from the water, and as the water rushes over them, it starts to release the fragrance or the smell of the eucalyptus, and that can help also with being very calming, being very sensorial, being almost like aromatherapy type of shower. You can also use it in a bath as well. So that's another good thing. So that's the next one I was going to talk about is eucalyptus. It's used for inflammation, migraines, fever, to clear respiratory issues. So that's one reason why you put it in your shower, and it can help. Because when you have like a really bad cough, you have inflammation in your chest or in your throat, one of the recommendations is to take a hot shower and let that steam help you. Well, have eucalyptus in there as well, because that can also help you and add to that steam and help to really break up a lot of that inflammation and that congestion that you have going on and release it. Helps with also when you have like a head cold and your nose is clogged up. The last one I want to talk about that I really like is lemon. So lemon can be used for migraines or headaches, fever, insect bites, or arthritis. Now, I love the smell of lemon. Absolutely. I even love the taste of lemon. There's several things that you can do. So you can take about 5 or 6 lemons, you cut them into half or into quarters, and you put them into a boiling pot of water. You let that boil and simmer. You can add a little bit of ginger root to it as well, but then you strain it and you drink it. you'll be amazed how this really helps in the way that you feel. It helps to really, clean out your body, but it also there's a lot of antioxidants in it. There's a lot of vitamins in it, and it just really helps your body. So lemon is a really good one to do, and I recommend doing this concoction of the lemon and ginger root, and drinking it um, at least once a day. You could do like every other day, or whatever is best for you. But if you're this type of a drink, especially like if you do like a hot tea, well, it's hot water, lemon water with ginger in it. If you drink it like that, it can also help you when you've got like the flu, or you feel congested. It can help with that. So it helps with fevers too. So when you have a high fever, being able to do that mix and drink it, it can help you with your fever. So those are some things that I really like. So lavender, jasmine, eucalyptus, and lemon are by far my top 4 that I absolutely love. And I've been using them, and it's been working. It's been working. It's pretty great. I love it. So that is my favorites for today to share with you. Some of the essential oils and some of the different plants and herbs that I use to help with certain things that are going on in my life. So I hope that was helpful. There are books out there. There's a book that I found at Barnes & Noble that's been such a big help. It's Aromatherapy and Essential Oils. They have a whole section on essential oils and aromatherapy. But there's some really great books out there that talk about each of the ingredients. So it will talk about lavender and what it is, what it does, and then all kinds of things that it will help with, and then how to properly mix it with certain other types of herbs or types of oils. So it really helps you through that process. There's also massage blends in there. That's where I found my massage blend, and to be able to help to know how and when and what amount to mix in order to make a proper blend. So very helpful, very helpful. It can help you through your day, your week, your month, your life, with different things that you come across. So thank you for letting me share my favorites. I really do enjoy this, and I enjoy being able to bring these things to you, so that you can then use them as well. So thank you so much for joining me this morning. So Positive Talk with Kari. It's just about anywhere from half hour to an hour of just really talking and sharing information. I love to hear people's comments, thoughts in regards to each episode that I do. If there's anything that you would like to discuss or talk about, please let me know. If you need someone to talk to or just to listen, I am here. I'm available. Please message me, and we can jump on a call or jump on a Zoom and have those discussions. I would love to be able to talk with you. So thank you again for joining me this morning. Positive Talk with Kari is an opportunity again to sit down and just really enjoy your morning beverage with me, whatever your choice is, and talk about these different subjects to help bring positivity into your life and to help you throughout your day, to remind you that you are worthy, you are essential, you have a purpose in life, and you are loved. Those are things that we need to keep reminding ourselves, and it's not about the other people in this world, it's about us. We need to love ourselves in order to feel worthy, in order to feel a purpose, and in order to feel essential. Also share with me the things that you're thankful for, or some people like to look at it, things that I'm grateful for. Please share with me. I'd love to hear what you are grateful and thankful for. That's another thing that's important to think about and to be able to reflect on and build on throughout the day. So I leave you now. Thank you so much for your time. I'll be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central, and we'll talk a little bit more about worthiness, but we will lead into self-love. So stay safe, be kind, and love one another. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful, wonderful Thursday.